And welcome to another episode of Nightmare Road, your place for magic, murder, and mayhem. I, of course, am one of your hosts, Decon, here with a very drinky.
You would never come up with something for me that doesn't have to do with drinking. This is borderline offensive. Ash the Oracle. God damn it.
And today we have a very interesting episode. We're going to be talking about the Dream Survey.
I don't think a lot of people have heard of this.
No, it was, and that was on purpose. I mean, so some people found flyers in 2015, right?
Hmm.
In Portland, Oregon. But doing a deeper dive, this thing has been going on since 2005, and
Yeah.
in very small towns. So just experiencing weird dreams. Call this number and tell us all about it. You know,
Which is the weird. Could you imagine coming across a flyer like that? I think I honestly would just be like, what in the hell is happening? Who is wanting to know about people's dreams? Like that just I don't know. I would be
it,
weirded out by it.
oh yeah, you have to be weirded out because it's just one of those things. It's like, okay, yeah, and then you call the number, right? We can start in the small town. So
Yeah.
in a small town, I think it was in North Carolina. They set up
Something.
these they set up these flyers, and in some places they even set up phone booths for you to go in there and I'm sorry guys,
Mm-hmm.
and and then tell them your dream, right? And the options menu were so weird. It's like, to tell us your dream, press 1. To apologize, press 2. For
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, to speak to the mayor, press 3.
Well, the phone booths in North Carolina, I think were a little bit weirder than the ones in Portland.
Yeah, I mean, it is
Because
Oregon.
the
I
part
mean,
where it's like, press this one to apologize, like, for
yeah,
for what?
it's bizarre. And I mean, and people found it weird, but a lot of people realized that they were having the same dream. A lot of their dreams involved caves. It
Mm-hmm.
involved walking through forest, just like weird shit. And then that was it. And one day, people went over to use the booth when their dream stopped, and they went, and the phone was gone. You know, so then,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, that was weird. No one saw them being taken out. No one saw anything, right?"
Mm-mm.
So then, in 2015, Portland, Oregon, or as I call it, Porkland, Horrigan, um, was
I feel like these flyers is just like something normal to see in Portland, though, in all honesty. Like, that's another normal day in Portland.
yeah,
No offense to anybody that lives there, but Portland is freaking another planet.
yeah, that's one of those places where if you want to get like a breath of fresh air, you have to go to next to a porter potty because that whole place is disgusting. The
It is.
the homeless
Every,
everywhere.
oh my gosh, everywhere you look, there is a homeless person. Like, don't travel by yourself there, for
Yeah,
example.
yeah. There's tents
Hell no.
everywhere. Whole
Yeah.
place smells like
I
urine.
The best part about Portland is their bookstore though. That huge bookstore there. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like I think it's 2 stories and has a basement.
Yeah, but now
It's
there's
freaking
signs. There's signs in that library now, that bookstore. There's signs that says they're not defecating our garbage cans. 'Cause I guess the homeless were going in there and like shitting in the garbage cans.
oh, the last time I was in there I was really, really drunk, so I probably didn't notice. It was
Yeah,
after a concert. Soaking all night, so
yeah. Well, I mean, we all make mistakes.
it's
So
fine. Anyway.
these flyers start showing up, right? And the same thing, people start calling in and they're like, "What is going on?" Like, why are they these weird, flyers? And they were telling people like, "Hey, have you noticed these flyers here?" And they're like, "Yeah, yeah. What dreams have you been having?" It's like, "Oh, I had this weird dream about going into a cave." And they're like, "Holy shit, me too."
Hmm.
So people were beginning to kind of panic and they're like, "Okay, what exactly is going on here?" So They start trying to look for information. They start calling the number, and this person answers the phone. Right? This person's like, "Hello, like tell us your dream. You're for the for Happy Valley Dream Survey." And they're like, "Yeah." So they start talking about their dreams, and they're like, "All right, so I was dreaming about this cave. Okay, thank you, goodbye." And it's like, "What the hell?" And it wasn't like it was a recording.
Yeah. Well,
It
and
was
I think like a few years later, after these flyers have come up, there was some guy that was like doing really deep research into this. And this phone number was connected to this weird summer camp.
yeah,
And so he called the summer camp and they were like, no. And then there's another one in the UK that's connected to this weird German camp
yeah.
too.
Yeah, it was a German camp, and then they're like, "Oh, we had no idea that this place." But then
So
those people were
weird.
acting really fucking weird. So anyway, so that
Go
happened,
to a
right?
German summer camp.
So that happened, right? People were weirded out about these weird flyers, about all this stuff. So it blows over. So then in 2020, they start
They
appearing
start coming
again.
back.
They start coming back. This time in places like Detroit,
Hmm.
in the middle of the forest, just a phone booth powered with
Salt
solar
Lake.
panels. Yeah, just random. Yeah, they have one in Salt Lake now, actually. Um, so they start appearing, asking the same questions, and this guy begins to do an investigation. He's like, "All right, I got to figure out what the hell's going on. These remind me of the ones from 5 years ago." So
Hmm.
so he starts looking into it, and what ends up happening is he starts noticing that a lot of these people now basically they know him. Like he calls the from different phones, and they're like, "Oh, like it's you again." And he's like, "How the hell did you know it was me?" Doesn't matter what phone number he calls from, they know it's him. Like, "Oh, it's you." And so he goes to one of these phone booths, and it's in Detroit. He goes to one of the phone booths, and then the same menu. Tell us your dream. Press one for the to apologize. Press two,
For the
and
mayor.
for the mayor, press three.
I
So
tried
he
calling the number. It didn't work.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. So then he ends up hanging up and he ends up leaving. He comes back because it's a weird neighborhood, right? People are kind of like looking at him because it's Detroit, you know. So
Yeah.
so he comes back with his friends, and one of them's a police officer, and they're armed, and they arrive, and now when he picks up the phone, the menu's different, and now it's like to apologize, press one. For the concentration camp, press two. And then he's like,
I didn't hear about that.
yeah, you can actually even go on the YouTube channel and find out. I think it's like Tales from the Dark or something.
You'll have to
So
send me the link after the show.
yeah, he actually records himself like and puts the receiver up to the thing. So it's like for the concentration camp, press two. So he's like the concentration camp. So so he
Okay.
so he ends up like clicking two, and it starts ringing.
No, I was totally kidding.
And somebody picks up, hello? And it's like, who's this? And he gives a name. He's like, how did you get this number? He's like, yeah, I found it in a phone booth. And he's like, yeah, I'm one of the directors for immigration. How did you get this number? Because it was a cell phone number. It wasn't even like the ICE.
Oh my god.
It wasn't even the ICE main facility. It was just one of the directors, his phone number. And he's like, yeah, this is weird.
What?
You better hang up now. And then he's like, no, it's the phone booth, I swear. He says it directed me automatically. So he hangs up, and then he's like gonna prove it to him. So he calls back, kids concentration camp, and doot, 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 doot. Different guy picks up. How did you get this number?
What?
Where are you? Well, who is this? Different guy, same position, somewhere else, another immigration officer. So this guy's beginning to like, okay, what is really going on here? So he starts going down the rabbit hole, and he realizes that there's a little flyer inside one of these booths, and when he looks at them, they're marked. They have like a map, and there's like a little tiny little star, and then he begins to realize that the little stars actually represent other phone booths. So he starts going to these places, looking for these phone booths, and he finds one, and it's not connected to anything. It's outside of an abandoned house. There's no power on that street, by the way. There's
What?
there's no power lines. The whole place is, just an abandoned neighborhood. and there's a damn phone booth there. So he's like, does this even work? So he picks up, and it's like, they're like, hello. And he's like, are you here to tell me your dream, or are you here to, to mess around? And then they're like, what the hell? And then
Oh,
he realizes that that voice was the same voice that he had heard like 5 years ago. Same people. They know exactly who he was. So he makes
weird.
he makes it his mission to start figuring out what the hell is going on. He starts talking to the people around him. He's like, have you guys experienced any weird dreams? And they're like, well, no, all I had to, no, not really. And he's like, well, what did you dream? He's like, well, I keep having the same dream every night, but it's not weird. I'm going into a cave, and the cave is located. So he's like, what the hell? Because he's having the same dreams too. So he's like, what is going on? So he goes back to the phone, he
No.
picks it up, and then the operator on the phone says, whoever you see, give him the phone. I want to talk to him. So, and they're like, no, I'm not doing that. So he hangs up and he's creeped out and he leaves. So when he leaves, he's at home and he's sitting there, and then all of a sudden, a black SUV is just sitting outside of his house, and then he just drive off. Right?
Okay, so in all honesty, if it would have been like me and you in that situation, I would have been like, yeah, here, phone's for you. Here you
And
go,
I'll
bro.
and I'll answer the phone. I'll pretend to be Adam Sandler. Yeah, but that's hoo. Hey, buddy, how you doing, buddy? Hey, pal. You know,
Oh,
um,
he's so good. Anyways,
you know, that guy. He's one of those people that you know he started off his career by basically doing this. They're like, a treat for me, a treat for you. Let's have a party in a canoe. And they're like, wow, this guy's amazing. Give him $1 million. Um, and that's Adam Sandler's career.
please tell me you've seen Happy Gilmore too.
Number two,
Yeah.
yeah, of course I have.
Oh, it's so
It's kind of weird.
good. I freaking
Anyway,
love it.
a-
So off
any,
subject.
anyway, so this guy begins to notice that no matter where he goes, he begins to kind of notice people are looking at him, especially out of SUVs. And he's like, what is going on here? And he calls his friend and he's like, dude, hang out with me for an entire day to make sure I'm not insane, because because there's a condition out there where you're seeing something and you're seeing patterns and it's the same thing and you're like, this is happening. So have you ever seen the movie Goodfellas?
Not for a long ass time, but I
Yeah.
remember it being a great movie.
Do you remember the helicopters? They kept looking out and you kept seeing a helicopter no matter where they went. They were coked out of their mind. Anyway,
Yes.
so yeah, so he thought it was the same thing. Like maybe I'm suffering from this, and then his friend is like, "Don't look, don't look." He says, "But there's a person in an SUV, and they're looking right at us, and one of them has a phone, and he's taking pictures of us." So he's like, "Oh, okay." So he's like, "Just drive and just go." So he
Start
goes.
posing.
So he goes around the block, right? And he goes around the block, and then he's parked outside, and he says, "Let's just wait here." And he's like, "There's two SUVs." Like one's over here and the other one's over there, and it looks like they're looking right at us. So then he starts realizing, like, holy shit, these people are following me. So he ends up, yeah. So he ends
I'm kidding.
so he begins to realize that every single time he looks something up about these phone booths, that he starts getting monitored. But whenever he backs off, he says, I went a whole couple of weeks without looking up the payphones or the number of the dream
Mhm.
survey, and no SUVs. But then he starts like looking into it again, and then SUVs start appearing. So they're watching this dude. So he continues this search and he continues to ask questions. And he's like, "Hey, have you had any weird dreams?" And they're like, "What do you mean weird? Like, tell me what you dreamt last night." And it's like, "Well, I had a dream. I went inside a cave and it was outside of a forest." And it's like, "What the fuck?" So this ties into there's more to it, but I don't want to get too deep because it's some dark shit. Because
It gets pretty dark.
so with something like the dream survey, I believe they were trying out maybe a type of sonic weapon to see if they could influence your dreams. Um,
You think so? You think
well,
it gets that dark?
the what? Well, yeah. I mean, why not? Because if you people get so people they sometimes live their life by interpreting what their dreams say. It's like, oh,
Oh, if I did that, I would be all over the place.
so yeah, so you have like people out there that have like a. You ever heard of a book of dreams?
Yes. I
Yeah.
used to
So
have, I was given one when I was, oh, I think I was 15 years old.
somebody gave you a book of dreams, like,
Yep. And then they gave me a dream journal to go with it so I could connect them.
oh, okay, that's cool.
Oh,
And
God. Maybe I've been doing witchy shit for a long ass time. That sounds pretty creepy. Anyways.
so and yeah, so people live their lives that way. And could you imagine? I mean, it's like the your cellular phones. I think I've covered this so many different times on the show. People are probably like, here he goes again. So how they can use your phone to alter your behavior, your mood, the way you
Here we
feel.
go. I'm just
If you're
kidding.
if you're stressed, they can actually, you know, like see if you're stressed, they can calm you down, they can make you all these things through the cell towers. The cell tower has the ability to like release this signal that begins to trigger certain emotions. And a lot of people think that's just a conspiracy. Scientific America actually released a an article years ago. This is before they installed 5G. It was called "Mind Control via Cell Phone," and they realized that they can do that. They can like make you feel more stressed out, more agitated, just by pumping out certain signals through the
So
cell
is
tower.
that why my phone suggests therapy for me all the time?
That's just because it's listening to you. It's like this, like this bitch needs
This
therapy.
dumb bitch.
So, but I mean, and it was there's papers
Okay,
out
whatever.
there that you could see government papers where they're like, well, we need this because in case there's a natural disaster and people are panicking, we could calm them down. You
Well,
know,
speaking of government papers and connecting dreams, emotions, etc., um, they do have like actual documentation where the government and military were interested in people that can astral project.
yeah, Operation Stargate.
Hmm.
Um,
So I wonder, what? Oh, conspiracy theory coming into my head. What if this dream survey is connected to the government wanting to research more into astral projection? Are you drinking mouthwash?
yeah, I'm homeless. I'm the guy from Happy Gilmore too. Um,
Okay.
so yeah, it's one of those things where a lot of people will.
It's possible though.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course it is. Why not? Like Operation Stargate, what they were doing is they were looking for people that can not only, do remote viewing, but can also like you ever seen that? There's a movie out there. It's called The Men Who Stare at Goats. Um,
I have not seen that.
but it's got a George Clooney.
I've
It's got all
even
these
heard of
people,
that.
and it's about like a government program where this person gets recruited and they stare at goats all day, trying to make them die by staring at them. And
I want that job so bad.
so and that is actually, and people laugh at that shit. They're like, well, that's funny. That actually happened.
No,
That's
I
a
will
that's a
stare at goats all day long.
that's yeah, with the intention that you have to like make their head explode, so you just stare at them.
Well, I'm not gonna have that intention, but I'll make the government believe I have that intention.
But look, she's smiling at the goats. That's not what we want.
Yeah,
So
it's an evil smile.
what does it look like? That's the evil smile.
I don't
Um,
have an evil smile.
so
Should I
and,
go
and
all ring style? Hold on, ring style smile? Is that scary enough? No. Okay, fuck it. I'm done.
um, so but yeah, so the government's utilizing all these different type of experiments. They have all these things going on. So why wouldn't they try to, influence people's dreams? Why wouldn't they be doing this thing?
Yeah,
There was also this case where it was called "Have You Seen This Man?"
that's
And
my favorite one.
And same thing, everybody has seen this man in a dream at some point, and
Well, and if you look at like if you actually like do not an intense Google search, but if you do a Google image search, it'll show you like the different variations that people have, and it's like different drawings of it. And it's so crazy how similar every drawing is to like the one that they put out
and and that's so weird because
there. It's so weird.
I want to find out if people dream because it's such a the guy looks weird on paper. Look at him like, what the hell? But then when you think about it, you're like, I think I might have seen this guy in a dream at some point in my life. And
Exactly.
I wonder if that's just I don't even know like what to say. You think that was on purpose? Like maybe we're gonna see if we can pump this image into people's heads, or do you think that this person is an entity? You know?
Well, so it's almost like the guy is so just common looking that he looks
Let-
just like any other guy
Look,
you would see. You know what I mean?
well, let me look at this guy real quick.
He
Have you
almost looks like that one actor from The Princess Bride, the short guy. What the
yeah.
is his name? Somebody's gonna hate me for this. What is his name?
No, I know who you're talking about.
Yes, he almost looks like him. Are you pulling it up?
Yeah, I'm pulling up
I
the
think I have a
picture.
picture of him saved from show announcement.
Let's
I
see.
do.
Well, like,
This one,
yeah, that guy.
he's so weird.
He kind
Okay,
of
maybe
looks.
he doesn't. He kind of does, but he doesn't. I don't
He ki-
know.
he kind of looks like me. Um, but it's just,
Like
but
you?
yeah, he looks a little bit like me. So there's,
No, he does not look like you. Okay,
so
let's get a
I mean,
poll going. Does this guy look like
uh,
Deacon, guys?
yes, he does. Um,
Go shave your
hold on.
beard real quick. Come back, and then we'll do
No,
another
I'm growing
comparison.
it for a special occasion. So there's like that's another
A
sketch
special
of
occasion.
yeah. So that's a different sketch. He doesn't have a unibrow as much, but that's what somebody else drew, you know. And then, like you said, so it's just like different. It's the same guy, just slightly
It's the
different.
same guy, though.
So
He almost looks like one of my high school teachers.
probably is him. So
Probably.
there's different portraits of people. Like this is what I've seen. So I wonder, I wonder if there was something just like the Happy Valley Dream Survey, if they did end up like pushing signals out there so that people to have the same dream, you know, and they included this man in their wet dream, or like maybe this guy is like an entity. What?
Go on. Go
Um,
on. You're good. I don't know who's having what dreams about him, but it's cool.
so
Are
this I
you
guess
admitting something?
yes. So
How cute.
he looks like he has soft hands. No, he looks like maybe he could be like some kind of I don't even know what to say. I've heard many theories on him, but people are like, you know, what if he's the famous Sandman? You know, Mr. Sandman, give like, what if this is the person in charge of giving you dreams? And sometimes he just, on purpose, he just like peeks his head through or just fucks up. And he's like, "Whoop! I think they saw me."
Okay, if he's the one putting dreams inside my head, I'd really just rather not.
Well, I mean, you don't have that choice. I mean, that's what he does. Some people said that he might be a guardian angel. Some people, you know what I mean? So it's just so
Gross.
bizarre. So the thing with dreams is that there's
They're
so much.
personal.
Well, yeah, they're very personal, but it's kind of weird to think what can influence your dreams. You know, like you think that
Everything.
because you think these dreams are mine. You know, these are my this is where I keep all my secrets. But then you know, like are they really yours or is somebody making you have them?
Um, oh God, that's why. Why do you gotta go there? Are you? What are you drinking? It literally looks like cough syrup.
Drinking cough tastes like cough syrup. Um, so
Ew.
so anyway, so with these dream surveys, it's just one of those things where like maybe they're just testing out a new weapon, maybe they're trying to instill like paranoia into people because there was also cases where they would inject hallucinogenics as a government experiment on somebody and make them and give them like shitty dreams to see if they can break them, and it worked. Could you imagine if they were testing it on small towns because they thought maybe if it's a small town, the population isn't that big, so the word won't get out.
Oh my god. I was just thinking, what if it were to happen in like for example, Arco, Idaho,
Oh,
if they were to do that to people,
the atomic city.
the city that already had issues.
Yeah, that fucking place. That's a show in itself. Fuck, have you seen that small town that's outside of Arco where it's like that creepy community? It has like
How?
it's like population of 20 and Google couldn't go
That
in
would
there to
be how.
yeah, people couldn't go in there to take pictures. There's nothing there. Just like a
I've been
town.
camping there.
Inside that town?
Yeah.
What's in there?
If you go, there's nothing in Howe, Idaho. If you go into Howe, Idaho, all you're gonna see is like pretty much where people live. And then there's this dirt road that you can turn off to that goes towards the mountains and you can camp over there and there's like a trail that goes to a lake.
But
There's
that's like
literally nothing there.
but the people that run
It's
that place is a cult. Like a cult runs it.
Have
So
you heard of the show Mountain Men?
yes.
Okay, well, one of the guys on there, he's in Howe, Idaho.
He's a polygamist?
No,
That's a town of
he's not
polygamists.
polygamous.
What the hell is he doing in that town?
Oh
That's
my
that's an FLDS town.
God, that's Idaho.
No, just certain creepy areas. So anyway, anyway, so yeah, and it's just one of those things where you imagine what they can make people do, just like by because there's people out there that, like I said, they live off of dream interpretations and all this kind of stuff. What if this whole thing with the phone booths is just them just dipping their toe and like we want to see how many people, no, if number one, it's
I don't
successful.
like that.
The what?
I don't like that.
Because remember, if everybody has the same dream, like what were you dreaming? I had a dream that I was going through a cave and it was by a forest. If they all have the same dream, then it's successful. Now,
It is, but I just feel like I said before, I feel like dreams are so personal. And the fact that they're like wanting to keep track of that, that's just so creepy to me. That's
yeah,
really fucking creepy.
yeah, but doesn't mean they wouldn't do it. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, oh, today you're gonna dream that you're wrestling Andre the Giant and you're both wearing Speedos, and you're like, no, in a cave with that unibrow man as referee. But
Oh,
again,
gross.
but the dream survey, it's just like the most I don't even know what to call it. It's one of those things where somebody is experimenting on people and it sounds so ridiculous that they're like, "You know what? Who's gonna believe you?" Right? It's like when aliens
Um,
when they abduct people, they usually abduct stupid people. An alien never abducts like someone that is like a chess champion. They abduct a stupid hillbilly in
oh,
a small
well,
town.
thank you for making me feel good because I want to be abducted and I haven't been abducted yet. Maybe it's because I'm way too fucking smart.
Maybe. You never know. Um, you might get abducted next week. But
Yes,
they abduct
take
these
me.
people, and then they're like, "Go ahead, tell everybody who's gonna believe you. They're gonna label you as crazy." Same thing with the dream survey. Go ahead, tell people that we experimented on you through your dreams. Don't think you're nuts. And then
That
they
is true, though.
and then they could slowly make you think that you're suffering a schizophrenic episode in your dreams. They talk
And
to
then you go to the state hospital staff.
and then you go in there and they tell you to do bad things. They tell you to hurt others and yourself. And then could you imagine? It's like that movie The Crazies. You ever watch The Crazies?
I was thinking more along the lines of his face is in my head and it was filmed in Oregon. Oh shoot, I can't remember. Anyways, no, I have not seen The Crazies.
I said Betty Does Oregon.
What? Is that where The Crazies is filmed too?
No,
You're
no,
confusing me.
no. They're filmed some small town out there. So anyway, so like The Crazies, right? It was in the water, and then the people start going nuts, and they start like acting violent, and they start killing. Imagine if they were able to infiltrate your dreams and tell you to hurt people and to hurt yourself. And somebody would be like, ah, who cares? But when it's over and over every single night, and they don't even let you get into REM sleep, so you're never rested, you're tired,
Ooh.
you're like, I gotta take a nap. I gotta go take a nap. I'm so tired. And you lay down, and it's like, you should hurt them. Go grab the kitchen knife and hurt them. And it's like, you can't get away from it. And it's being pumped into the whole town through the radio, through your phone. You never know.
You're kind of making me think of the movie The Happening.
Which one's The Happening? Oh, is that the lame one with the plants? It's like, we gotta outrun the wind. And
Where they're hurting themselves because they're getting told to? Yes, that one.
yeah, by the way, the plants and Mark Wahlberg, he's like this. He's like,
Fuck Mark Wahlberg.
what's going on? Hey, he's been the man for 40 years.
He's an asshole.
What? Why?
I cleaned up after him. He can go fuck himself.
And that's what makes him. Tim Burton sucks.
Hey, that's
Tim,
an insult.
Tim Burton's a pedophile.
Hey, so's Mark Wahlberg. Just kidding.
what?
No, he's not. Don't take that.
So is Johnny Depp. He was banging an underage Winona Ryder when he was a grown man. Anyway, so
You better move on right now before we start fighting.
we're gonna fight. Don't do that. Don't.
We're gonna fight
You're gonna fight me over a couple of sex offenders? How dare you?
over Johnny Depp. I will fight you.
You will fight me over a pedophile?
Yeah, I'll fight you over Johnny Depp.
You'll fight. Jeez, now I know where we stand. Now we definitely can't be friends.
Our friendship is laying off the line right now.
It's like, what ended your friendship? Well, she thought that being a pedophile was okay, and I said it's not, and then that's what ended our friendship. Anyway, so no, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's just one of those things where people, they see their dreams as just something that just happens when you go to sleep. But look at, like you said, it's very personal.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very personal thing, and it belongs to you. What if they're making you think that those dreams are yours and they're not? They're putting those thoughts in your head day after day. There's like these messages, and you're like, oh man, I keep getting this urge to, just like subliminal messaging in theaters. They used to put those small little messages in.
I really want you to think about that for a second. Would someone really want to go inside this brain to manipulate these dreams? They're risking themselves
Well, I mean,
and their families.
well, it's the population. It's like they want the population. They're like, this one's a little bit out of whack. This is the one we want.
No, you don't want this. I'm sorry. I
So,
will send you to a loony bin. Loony bin.
oh, see, it's already working. No, but it's just one of those things that it's just things that we overlook, and when we overlook them, that's when they pounce. That's
Yeah.
That's why the dream survey is just one of those things. How many people walked past that flyer and saw it and was like, huh, dream survey, whatever, and they didn't take any, and that's what they want. They want people to not care. They want people to just look at it and be like, this is stupid, and then they keep moving on. Because if somebody takes an interest, is like, why do you want to my dreams? What do you want with my dreams? Like, what's going on? Why are you doing? That's not what they want. They want people to overlook it because
Mhm.
if people overlook it, then they can like, all right, well, we have the green light. No one's noticing, so we can just go ahead and continue. Sorry, I'm trying to get comfortable here. Um, like we can just go ahead and then start what we're doing because no one pays attention, and it's just.
That's even creepier.
And here's another thing
But
that
they
wants to.
do that now.
Yeah, they do that now. They do it by inserting small, kind of like
Little
what.
distractions.
Yeah, small things here and there. Like
Mhm.
TikTok. TikTok was made to basically train you to not be able to pay attention because everything's so quick. Like, what's next? What's next? What's next? So then you can no
Yep.
longer
Those
focus.
little 15-second videos.
Trains your brain to thinking like that's why when there's an ad and it's like the ad is 30 seconds long, you're like, "Ugh, 30 seconds. 30 seconds is not a long. We,
I
back.
have something really funny to tell you. My 2-year-old is already like that. Okay. So we'll turn on Paw Patrol for him on YouTube, for example. A 20-second ad comes up, and he's all like, no, what happened?
And you're like, you have to wait.
So
This is the way of the
it's
world.
already trained.
Well,
It's
yeah.
terrifying.
Well, I mean, but that's why when you that's why when you have something
Get a
like
drink.
so I'm sick, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, get a drink. Pause if
So
you need to.
no, I don't pause. That's why when that remember back in my day, what were commercials? 3 minutes long.
Yeah.
3 minutes
You
long.
remember when, well, maybe not you, but when I was a kid and I was watching like Nickelodeon, for example, I remember we would like race during commercials to make sure like we were back within, I think it was like the 3 to 5 minutes that commercials were on. And we would literally time it and be like, oh, it's coming back on.
Oh, we gotta go back.
Yeah. So it
Johnny Depp's
starts like
touching another
even
kid.
when we were, watching cable television, like it was before even the internet was invented. Yes, we're both older than Google. Fuck y'all.
Yeah, and those commercials were like Power Wheel, da 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 da, Kawasaki Ninja, whatever the hell it was.
Kawasaki Ninja.
Yeah, and it was those power. But I mean, and then very slowly you started making them shorter and shorter. Eventually, they got rid of
Hmm.
commercials entirely. So now when there's an ad and it's like this ad's 10 seconds long, they're like, ugh, 10 seconds. I want to watch that guy with no neck treat his wife bad, and um. No, but that's what I mean. It starts off slow. Now
So terrible because I
now
know who you're referring to.
now imagine if they're able to very slowly pick apart your brain by introducing these messages. And in the end, they want to know all about it. Or like, tell me what you dreamt. What did you program? Oh, I programmed he's going to be walking into a cave. And then when he goes outside of the cave, there's a big forest. What did you dream? Oh, I was walking inside this cave and I go outside and you're sharing the same dream with thousands of people because
Ugh.
they programmed it, you know? Now
Why
now
do you have to say
and for those of you that don't know, the part of our brain that dreams is the brain releases a very small dose of DMT to get you to start dreaming. That's a fact.
that?
Um,
It is a fact.
a very small dose. So that's what causes so the dreams are basically they say the dreams is basically either a hallucination or it's a very small seizure. The you know
I say more of a hallucination.
so when you look at it now, people have gone insane off of LSD and DMT and all this kind of shit on purpose. The government has experimented on people, and those people have gone nuts. I mean, shit. Look at the guy that shot Lee Harvey Oswald. What the hell is his name? Um, I forgot his name. He was a mobster. Um,
Hold on, I'll look it up because I can't remember either. Anyways, go on.
so anyway, that guy, they they ended up, putting him in an institution, and in the institution,
Jacob Ruby
yeah, Jack Ruby, yeah, he was a mobster.
or Jack. Sorry, Jack.
Jack Ruby.
He was born Jacob Leon Rubenstein, though.
Rubenstein. Oh,
I would change my fucking name too.
no.
That is a terrible name.
Oh, Lee Harvey Oswald, stop moving. These bullets are like 10 cents a bullet. Um, anyway. Anyway, so this guy, I mean, he went into an institution, and in the institution, they were giving him LSD, and they were putting it in his food, they were putting it in everything, and very slowly started going insane to the point where they got him off the LSD. They're like, just get him off of it. We'll see how he does. He said he would just lay there at night and say that he can hear burning children out in the hallways, and they were screaming out for him, and he couldn't escape it. So they can make you do that. Now imagine what they can do by not allowing you to go into REM sleep, by like pulling you out and giving you a horrible nightmare every single night for weeks.
Yeah, no.
It would break you.
Okay, but back to like the LSD thing. Okay, from what I know, you probably shouldn't be in an institution type setting when on that drug. And so if you're in that type of setting, hell yeah, you're gonna have a bad trip.
Well, I mean, remember these people were not. They didn't
That's
choose to take LSD.
terrifying.
They were feeding it to them to kind of just.
Yeah, but they like the people feeding it to them, like, duh,
Yeah, well, they did it on purpose.
they're assholes.
They did it.
Anyways,
They did it on purpose to break them.
that's rude.
Yeah.
It's really fucking rude.
So anyway, now imagine, when you sleep, it's a small DMT trip or small LSD trip, and now they're using that to drive you insane. Now that they know they can influence your dreams, make you dream whatever they want. Now this is where the influence begins. And they could very slowly oracle. Those people are all against you. Don't let them get away with imagine that every single night. Every single night, just don't let them look at you like that. You can fight back. And it's just constant every single damn night, and then you wake up
That
and
would make me so on edge every day.
did you see that? And not just that, but remember that they can like post certain things like you're gonna see an SUV that's green when you turn this corner, and they make sure like, oh, she's coming out of her house, green SUV, bring it out here, put it in the corner. You're like, what the hell?
If I see a green SUV next time I'm driving, I'm gonna call you and I'm gonna chew you out so bad.
Why? I didn't do anything.
You just put it there.
I just
Anyways,
that's not fair.
yeah, it is.
Anyway, so like and with something like the Happy Valley Dream Survey, people are like, it's just benign, who cares? But they don't think about it. Look what they can do to you. They're inside
They
your head.
can do a lot.
They're in your head. They manipulate. It's just scary to think about. That's why I don't like thinking about this kind of shit because they can do it. Just like and they're trying to figure out like how is it done? Is it in the water? Is it in? But then, have you ever heard of Havana syndrome?
It sounds familiar.
So Havana syndrome was people were hearing this sound and it was driving them crazy every night. They were just going crazy, and then it turns out that the government was aiming like a laser weapon at that direction and putting like ultrasonic sounds so that people couldn't hear it with their eye, but they can just hear a small ringing. And it was driving them crazy, and people were committing acts of
That's
violence
so messed up.
and just aiming it at Havana. Hey, Havana, my name is Cuban Pete. I'm the king of Arampa Pete. When I do the maraca, chicka boom, chim chicka boom. Anyway,
And
so
here we present Refried Dreams, everybody.
oh, that's the mask. Anyway, so
Well, you were singing it, so I was saying Refried Dreams because
Refried Dreams
your
is
guys.
dropping the new album.
Yeah,
So
there's bands that do covers all the time.
yeah, fucking just get it from the guy that sells blankets out of the shopping cart. Anyway, so it's just one of those things where they don't need to put anything in the water. I mean, how far is the United States from Cuba? Like from Miami is I think it's 90 miles. Now we gotta check that.
Say, don't fucking ask me something like that. Are you
Let's
insane?
let me double check. Make sure I'm not full of shit. Cuba.
If you're full of
um,
shit, I'm gonna laugh really hard.
Well, that's not nice. That's how we learn. Cuba
It's so
distance
funny.
from Florida. Just answer the damn question, you piece of shit. 90,
Do, do,
90 miles.
do. Oh, you were right. Good job. You get a gold star.
Oh, thanks. Oh, a gold star. That's not good.
There
So
you go.
for those of you that catch the reference, be quiet. So anyway, so 90 miles. Look at that. What they can do with sonic weapons, just aiming it as a late. Now imagine what they can do to these small towns. Imagine if they just aimed at a whole town and start doing these horrific things. So we completely went off the rails. We were talking about the dream story. We went to deep conspiracies, but it just goes to show, like,
Fine. That's part of the dream survey, though. It is a conspiracy.
yeah, it is a conspiracy, and they're utilizing something that everyone overlooks.
Hmm.
Everybody's like, "What do you want? My dreams? Go ahead." You know, look up. You know,
No.
hop in my. Well, that's how normal people react. They're like, just hop in and peek around. You'll probably see me and Martha Stewart like wrestling around in a mattress. You know,
I
but
know I'm not normal, but you don't have to like rub it in.
Johnny Depp's a pet. So it's just one of those things where like, again, why did they target this? Because it's so easy, and not only is it easy, but it's can do a lot of damage, and they can use it for control. So that's it, guys. That was the
Yeah.
dream survey, I guess. Happy Valley, and I'm sick, so I'm sorry, guys.
Happy Valley.
If I can, that sounds like the ranch. Happy Valley. Oh, the ranch.
Hey,
Oh,
that's some good shit right there. Don't hate.
just
Appreciate.
pouring the ranch all over your face. Oh, anyway. So,
Okay, that's taking it way too far.
so yeah, remember, guys, Loot by Lottie. If you guys want a really cool box, if you guys type in the dream survey. I'm kidding. If you guys type in Lucky Loot, you guys get 10% off your first purchase. She's got a sale going on, right? Well, you remember what the sale was?
I think she still has the sale going on for her mystery boxes. And I know she has some new jewelry out as well.
Yeah, the jewelry. That's some pretty cool shit. If you look at them, a lot of effort went
I'm
into
wearing
them.
one of the earrings right now. Hold on, 2 seconds. You'll probably be able to see it. No, her jewelry is so pretty. Like I've had, how long has it been since I opened that box?
Oh no, like 3 months.
Something like that. And none of it, like, I know, like, you buy some jewelry, like from Walmart or something, for example, like it gets tarnished, like it starts dyeing your skin. This has not done that at all. Like
Oh,
it's still
and
perfect.
and it's still shiny, like when you first got it.
Mm-hmm. And I wear it all. I wear her jewelry all the time, and it's still in perfect condition.
So yeah, so type in Lucky Loot and get yourself 10% off your first box. Also buy the Silver Witch. Also buy Sean Burris and the Shadow Nation. Sean Burris and the Shadow Nation, everybody. That's my impression of Sean Burris. Hey
Are you
everybody.
serious? You sound nothing. His voice is a lot deeper than that. Come
Hey
on.
everybody, here we go. That's what he sounds like.
You almost sounded like Donald Trump on that one.
No, with him, it's like, this is the greatest country. Whoa, what a country.
Whoa, what a country.
I can't believe it, these guys. I like.
Wait. Before we get off, do an impersonation of him being really pissed off about the new South Park episode.
I saw the new South Park. I saw it, and everybody said it sucks. And I saw it. And I said, "Wow, that sucks." That's horrible, Donald. I'm sorry. I have a sore throat. So, whoa,
I give you an A for effort.
Trey Parker, what a homo. Just
We're sorry.
Matt Stone. He's gay. I looked at him and I said, "Wow, he's gay." So anyway, that's about it, guys. So, you guys like and subscribe. If you guys have any conspiracies, just drop them down on the comments section. Share the show. If you guys know anybody that watches South Park, just give them the show. Be like, here, look at this. If you know anybody that has worked with an agency, law enforcement that prevented like you know, the exploitation of children or anything like that, just share the show.
What?
If anybody was like involved in law enforcement and they prevented the kidnapping or the inappropriate touching of a child, give them the show. They'd appreciate this episode specifically.
Oh, yeah,
So that's it,
sure.
guys. And remember to
Okay.
always look both ways, especially if you find yourselves on Nightmare Road.
Yeah. Okay.